Hello everyone and welcome to Autostop once again. We present you the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot Trailsport. It arrives with more power, lots of tech, and off-road Trailsport trim it is. Okay, so this new Trailsport trim that you're looking at adds an off-road focus to the fourth generation Honda Pilot that we have right now, guys. So if you are interested in making an informed decision on any of these trims, this is where you need to be. Do not move an inch. We're going to touch on everything, including the other trims, the range of trims on this 2023 Honda Pilot, which is all new, all done per Honda. Okay, guys. So we're going to highlight on the Trailsport in the middle there. Do not move an inch. However, if you want to skip to that, you can use the timestamp down there to skip to the Trailsport and establish how different the Trailsport is from the other trims and what makes it special. Okay, so I'll begin with the exterior design. I'll touch on the powertrain and the drivetrain. Again, I'll touch on the Trailsport as a trim, what makes a difference as earlier stated, and then I'll wrap that up with the general trim features that are on each of the trims that we are going to talk about. So let's just box down right away to what it is. And I'm sure you've seen this vehicle for yourself from the pre-production level up to this point. So when it comes to the looks, you've seen a lot. The 2023 Pilot range looks more rugged than ever, borrowing a sleek new design inspired by the new CRV we saw a couple of weeks ago. Right, so what you're looking at, you see the upright radiator grille, which is flanked by two angular headlights. Honda actually claims that the elongated hood and the pulled back A-pillars have created a sportier look. Do you agree? Around the back, yes, I'm sure you're seeing it. This new LED tail lights and a body colored roof spoiler is present on that, still about being sportier. There are going to be 5 new trim levels that will be made available, and all with varying equipment levels and styling details. I'm going to touch on a few of that. So the sport models, for example, have blacked out exterior styling elements, while the EXL replaces this with chrome and a different grille design. Again, when it comes to the wheel sizes, it ranges from 18 inches on the EXL and the Trailsport derivatives to 20 inches on the Sport, Touring, and then the Elite models. Okay. Customers will also be able to equip the 2023 Pilot with optional packages, including a Honda Performance Development package that includes bronze-colored wheels, as HPD decals and fender flares in this case. Right, let me jump quickly to the interior before we get to the powertrain. And if you get to the interior, you find the cabin has followed in the footsteps of the latest Civic and the newly introduced CR-V. Honda says the 2023 Pilot is the most upscaled Honda SUV yet. So take a good look and be the judge of that for yourself. The big news is the improved interior space because of the dimensions. Due to the longer wheelbase and larger exterior dimensions, second row legroom has increased by 2.4 inches, which is good, and the third row gains 0.6 inches in there. That is good for your family. The second row seats can now be reclined up to 10 degrees and feature an increased tilt forward range, allowing easier access to the third row. Front passengers haven't been forgotten about this, okay guys? So if you're going to be in the front seat, thanks to the new body stabilizing front seats, which are said to reduce fatigue on longer journeys. Right, the Pilot retained its 8-seat configuration, now with greater practicality thanks to the removable second middle row seats that can be stored in the rear of the cargo floor and can be added whenever an extra seat is required. Now, the total volume of space that you get to enjoy is great. I'm going to just break them down. The cargo space has also been improved with up to 113.7 cubic feet behind the first row. Make full use of all the seating positions, and 22.4 inches cubic feet are still available. Throughout the cabin, you've got 14 cup holders, which is good for a family of that size if that will be needed. Okay, so the interior is no joke. I mean, you can't be happy about it if that is of much importance to you. However, let me jump onto the main discussion here, which is the powertrain and the drivetrain. So the 2023 Pilot is larger than the mid-size 3-row SUV that it replaces. I'm sure you have seen in the footage. Honda has compensated for that large dimension with more powerful engine. How? Honda says that it's put in a 3.5 liter V6 all-new engine that produces 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque to make the brand's most powerful SUV ever built. Okay, That is what it is. And the new Pilot is 3.4 inches longer than its predecessor at 199.9 inches, and now boasts 2.8 inches longer wheelbase than before at 113.8 inches. Now, the engine deals with its power to either a front wheel or an all-wheel drive system via a 10-speed automatic transmission, and Honda has a new all-wheel drive system called the iVMT4 setup, which is standard on the Trailsport and the Elite models and optional on others, and features a rear differential with 40% high torque capacity and 30% quicker response times. This means that in more serious cases, the system can apportion up to 70% of engine torque to the rear axle and up to 100% of that to either side of the enhanced torque vectoring. Now, with this all-wheel drive equipped, the Pilot has a towing capacity of about 5,000 pounds, which is good. With the assistance of the new tow driving mode, it's going to be easy. The latter is joined by the various modes. You got the normal, the econ, the snow, and a new sport mode, which is good. While when you are in the all-wheel drive, the equipped models, you get sand and trail modes. You come to have a Trailsport Trim that has been added, and that name retains for 2023 as an off-road focused trim, akin the wilderness version of the Subaru Outback, or perhaps to the more relevant Kia Telluride X Pro, which is one of the Pilot's toughest rivals in this case. Its off-road tuned suspension has 1-inch lift for extra ground clearance and improved approach, departure, and breakover angles, as we've seen in the footage that is rolling on. Now, the rugged Pilot also gains model-specific stabilizer bars for enhanced off-road comfort and superior articulation. At this point, take a breather. If you're a Trailsport guy, we are at the Trailsport. What makes a Trailsport tick? What makes it different from the other trims? This is how it stands. So the Trailsport trim that you are looking at has a unique styling trait, which is 0.3 inches longer and an inch taller than other derivatives, including skid plates to protect the transmission when crawling over rocks, and trim specific 18-inch alloy wheels shot in continental terrain contact or terrain tires with 265 by 60 profile tires. That is what you're looking at. Okay, there are other exclusive visuals that highlights it, and they include the trim exclusive diffuse sky blue paint and a panoramic sunroof, while inside you get to enjoy orange contrast station and embroidered Trailsport logos identified in the model that you have seen all round, and you get that only on the Trailsport. The Trailsport torque logic combines brake and differential based torque vectoring to maximize traction when one or more wheels lose contact with the terrain, diverting up to 75% of the available torque to the wheel with the most traction. Now, as you've seen in the footage, you saw it. It's got a full spare tire under the SUV, and a Trail Watch camera system utilizes 4 exterior cameras to help negotiate tight trails. These are the technical highlights across the entire Pilot family, including increased stiffness with vertical stiffness of up to 8%. You've got longitudinal stiffness of up to 29% and roll stiffness improved by 12%. These improvements allowed Honda to retune the suspension for greater comfort and composure, while the wider track, both front and rear, adds more stability. Now, there is also increase in stopping power, which is owed to a larger diameter front brake measuring 13.8 inches up from 12.6 inches from the previous generation with larger calipers. When the going gets rough, standard hill descent control on every model helps navigate slippery slopes with a grade of more than 7%. Right. So that is it. But before I wrap this whole thing up, these are the general features that you find on the various trims. So feature highlights include leather seats from the EXL with ventilation and a heated steering wheel added to the Elite model. The screen estate is very important in this segment, with a Pilot boasting a standard 7-inch digital driver's display, yes, and a 7-inch infotainment touchscreen, okay. However, both screens can be enlarged, with the former growing to 10.2 inches on the Elite trim with a heads-up display, while the infotainment screen measures 9 inches on all but the base model. Both systems feature standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, that's with the wireless on the larger screen, and the sound is also bumped on the Touring and Elite models with a 12-speaker Bose system with a 15.5 liter subwoof box. Pricing is undetermined at this point in time. We are sure that it will be determined by the time it reaches showroom later this year, and we are just close. So I'm going to update you guys. If you really are interested, we believe this can help you and aid you. However, if you are interested in other 7-seater off-road capable, click on my left, take you to one of them, and click on my right, it takes you to the second off-road capable 7-seater that you can find in this space. This is what Autostop got for you guys. We thank you so much for being here. We're grateful, and until we see you again, have a great good day. Bye bye.